everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd do a little show and tell because it's been a while and I know that I wear a lot of my makes on my Instagram, so I wear them to work and then you see pictures of me wearing them, but I just thought it might be fun to go through them all and then maybe give you some inspiration for your new makes, because I don't know about you, but because of this isolation, even though it's a great opportunity to sew, I'm actually feeling like a bit like uninspired, and I've got loads of like really fun patterns and outfits planned that I want to make, and I'm just not doing any of them. It's really weird. I just haven't been in that mindset, so I hope that after this video I'll feel a little bit of a buzz again and it will make me want to sew new things. So I hope that it does the same for you and it gives you a little bit of inspiration. So yeah, here's the things that I've been making over the last few months. Okay, so the first thing I'll talk about is what I'm actually wearing. So ignore the stripy top because it's actually a shop bought, but it's really nice. Well, I don't know if you know, but I've been making a lot of Freya tops recently from the Tillys Stretch Book, which are just polo necks. And I wear them with everything because they're just so easy to wear. And I got this one for Christmas, which is actually a roll neck. But it's from Crew, so like ignore the stripy top, but it's basically a Freya. But what I'm wearing as my main garment is this Pinafore. So it's actually the olive Pinafore from Tillys' new book, Make It Simple. And I was one of the pattern testers for it, so my name is in the thank yous at the back, so that was really fun. And yeah, I made the olive Pinafore. It had a different name when I was testing it, so I keep having to remember to call it the olive. I made it in a red denim, but I thought, oh, this would be an opportunity, I'll make it in stretch denim. Don't. It completely changes the way it's sort of like constructed. But I'm still happy with it and I still love wearing it, and I don't really wear red, and actually now that I've worn this I do actually quite like a bright red garment on me. I didn't think I could pull it off, but I love this Pinafore. It's so easy to wear. It's poppers all down the front, and I did the patch pockets on the front as my addition, and I didn't do the little placket on the back. And it's got really nice shaping to it. The shape has actually changed slightly in the new the new pattern in the book rather than the one that I tested. So the shape is going to be slightly different to the way it looks on me. So like if you don't like a certain aspect of it, please, if you like the overall look, then do give it a go, because this was just like a first draft almost. But no, I love it, and I've worn this Pinafore so much more than I thought I would, and yeah, it's just really easy to wear. So this is my first pattern test, which I loved. So next is the Tabitha t-shirt. So if you do have Tillys Make It Simple book, I will put all the links of every pattern and everything that I've done in the description. This stretch denim is actually from Minerva Craft, so I'll try and list per garment where I got the fabric from and what pattern it is. So the next one I tested was the Tabitha t-shirt, and I made it into a drawstring dress, and I added side pleats in the skirt as well, just as an extra addition. And I also did ribbing on the cuffs and the neckband. On mine, again, slightly different in the book because this is like a first draft pattern test. That's what pattern testing is all about. On mine, the neck hole is actually a little bit tighter than I wanted. So on the new t-shirt, I've checked the sizing slightly and it is a little bit different, so don't worry, it won't look as tight as this one. But I still really, really love this dress. And actually when I was testing it, this was actually quite a long time ago, like last year. I wore this dress out in the summer, and it was so easy to wear and so comfortable. The only time that I regretted wearing it was recently, maybe like a few months ago, when we had all that rain in the UK, and it was raining like solidly every day, all day, and I was walking the dog in my local like National Trust field, and I got drenched, and I was wearing this dress and a pair of tights and my raincoat, and what happened was the rain ran off my coat and onto the jersey, and it just absorbed all the water, like literally sucked it all in like a sponge. And so I had the wettest dress I've ever worn, ever. And I was wearing tights underneath, and then my tights were like sodden underneath. And it went right through to my pants. That's how like wet it was. So when I got to work, I had to, luckily, thank God, I always have like handmade outfits that I make and put on the mannequins at work. So I literally had to take an outfit off our little like I don't know what you call it, rail, and I had to swap my outfits over because I was that sodden. But apart from that, it's great. So yeah, I definitely want to make another one of these. So yeah. Oh, and the fabric of this one is actually some jersey from my shop and some ribbing from my shop. So the ribbing's still available, but sadly this denim blue jersey is out of stock because it was so popular. I tried to get some more in, but I can't. It's just so soft. I think that's why everyone loved it. But yes, if you want the blue ribbing, it's still available on my website. Okay, so next up is these Giulietta trousers. Juliet or Giulietta? Anyway, it's a Wear Lemonade pattern. Ages ago, I signed up to their Netflix of sewing, where you get a subscription to all their PDF patterns. And the Juliet trousers were, I literally downloaded it over a year ago because I always wanted a pair of trousers this shape. And I'm so glad I made these. I made these for the Minerva Cross Blogger Network. And I made them in a polyester wool blend. So they're like thin but warm. And I really, really love them. I love the look of these trousers so much. They're so easy to wear. I actually did plastic poppers on my waistband, and I didn't add belt loops. I think if I made another pair, the poppers are great. I love them. But I think I would like belt loops. I don't know about you, but like my waist fluctuates throughout the day, and in the morning these can be a little bit like baggy, and I like high-waisted things that like stay up on my waist. So I wish I sort of added belt loops so that I could like keep them up, but I mean they fit me great after I've had a few meals. But I love this pattern so much. The pocket detailing and the pleats on the front, I just think it's such a nice pattern, and a really great fit. So yeah, I'll definitely make another pair of these. I highly recommend this pattern. Okay, next is another make for the Minerva Cross Blogger Network. I actually made 2 of these jumpers because I basically got, it's a Nora pattern, so the Tilly and the Buttons Nora pattern. And I basically got 2 sweaters out of 2 meters of loop back jersey. So I will link the blog post below. Anything that's on the Blogger Network, I'll link the post because it's got all the links to like everything that I used in there. And so this was the first one that I made, and I put a glittery 1991 on it, which is a Happy Fabric vinyl. And then I used some leftover scraps of this jersey that I actually used as the lining for my Studio 54 sequin jumpsuit, which annoyingly I was meant to show you in this video, but I've left it at work because the sequins in it are from my shop. So, but anyway, I'm not going to show you that. But I lined it with this sort of like nudie colour jersey from Minerva Crafts. So I used that to sort of finish it off. And the other version, same colour, but I did pale pink just around the neckline, wide sleeves, and I put sequin peaches on it. So you probably remember seeing that on my Instagram. But yeah, super lovely, super comfy. And you know how much I'm obsessed with the Nora pattern. So yeah, this is my like, I think these 2 are my 8th and 9th Nora make, which is, I'm a little bit obsessed, but you know, when you find a pattern that you love, then you just keep wearing it. Like, it doesn't matter. I love it. The Nora pattern is becoming my like #1 go-to pattern. So talking of Nora, I just looked over and I was like, oh God, I've got another Nora. You might have seen this on my Instagram a lot. I've been wearing this dress so much. So it's another Minerva Crafts post. And essentially what made me come up with this is One, I loved the indigo pattern, so the Tilly and the Buttons indigo, which is like a woven, fitted, like, well, loose fit, boxy top or dress with like frill sleeves and a frill skirt or gathered skirt. And I love that pattern so much. But then I was like, oh, well, I mean, I love the pattern, but I'm just not that obsessed with woven fabrics at the moment, especially on the top half. I don't know what it is. I think now that I've got into sewing with jersey, I just cannot stop sewing with jersey. So I thought, why don't I modify the Nora pattern, because I love it, and two, so that I can have a jersey based item, but I added a gathered skirt to the bottom and frill sleeves. I love the way this dress turned out. The only thing is I did make a couple of mistakes on it, which you can't really see, but I've got like two puckers in the gathered waistline. But I was just so happy with it, I wasn't going to undo it, because life's too short, you know. I love the colour. It's a burgundy wine coloured jersey, cotton jersey from Minerva, so I'll put this Blogger Network post below as well. And I'm just so happy with the way this turned out. It's comfy, it's boxy, it's girly, it's got all the frills you need, but it's really easy to wear. So yes, I'm very, very happy with this make. Okay, so earlier I was talking about the Freya pattern from Tillys Book Stretch. I just thought, how many things have I actually got that aren't Tillys? Oh my god, so I've only shown you the Juliet trousers, which are Wear Lemonade, and I've got something else to show you. Two other things to show you that aren't Tillys, but everything else I've made is a Tilly pattern. Oh dear. I mean, I know and you know that I'm obsessed with Tilly's patterns, and all my customers know that I'm obsessed with them, but it's only when you look back and you think, oh, do you know what, Soph, you could be trying other things. But I just love them so much. I think also because I don't get that much time to sew normally when we're not in isolation. So if I have time, I always go for Tilly patterns because one, I know that I like them. Two, they're quick and easy and really easy to follow. And three, they always fit me well. So I just keep going with them. So thank God that she brought out a new book. Otherwise, you know, I'm running out of new things to try. So this is a Freya top, but again, I hacked it into a long fitted dress with side splits. This is another Minerva Crafts Blogger Network post. The only bad thing about this that I have realised now that I've worn it a few times and I've washed it a few times, I picked the wrong jersey for it. I picked like a medium price ranged cotton jersey. It's not as soft. I'm pretty sure it's under the same category as the Burgundy Nora that I made, that same fabric. But this jersey is not the same as that one. And I don't know why, but I've washed it a few times and I'm getting so much better with my washing. I am taking much better care of my garments and fabrics and stuff and washing each one differently. But it's just losing its stretch really, really easily. But I think maybe it's reacting slightly differently because the burgundy one, it feels thicker and it's not a fitted pattern, whereas this is fitted, so it does feel a little bit like it's lost its elasticity a bit. So its recovery isn't as nice. But anyway, I still love this dress and I'm sure I'll wear it a few more times. It's just really easy to wear and comfortable. I wanted something quite like sleek. You know that I wore my Nico dress. Do you remember that dress? It's like a sleeveless bottle green turtleneck again, long with the side splits. I wear that dress all the time, but the Nico pattern, the sleeves on the Nico pattern are so tight. I absolutely hated it. Whereas the sleeveless version does feel so much more comfortable. So I thought I'll use the Freya pattern so I get a sleeved version with sleeves that fit me well and aren't too tight. But I will do the bottom half like the Nico with the side split. So that's where my inspiration came from. It's like a Nico Freya combination. But yeah, disappointed about the fabric, but it wasn't expensive. If you wanted to try it, and yeah, I don't know, I think it was just maybe like the thing is with Minerva Crafts, because they're such a big brand and a big fabric shop, they do get a lot of fabric in. So obviously I don't know, and I know from being a fabric shop myself, even though I am very small, every batch of fabric that comes in is slightly different, because I buy from a wholesalers, but the wholesalers don't make it, they manufacture it in other countries like India or Thailand, or so wherever the manufacturing company is, the way that fabric reacts to the dyeing process and the printing process and the rolling process and the washing process, they all come out slightly differently. So that's why you get a slight difference in colour, in shade. So even if you order the exact same thing again, it can come out slightly differently. It's just something you have to deal with. And I think this batch of black jersey was just in that category. Because I've got jerseys from them before from the same sort of like category in the same price range, and they've lasted a lot longer than this. But anyway, it's still a nice dress, and I definitely recommend combining those two patterns. Okay, so one more Freya. Because I've been wearing loads of them, I made another one, and basically because I used the wine coloured jersey from my Nora, I really liked it, and I had some of this heathered burgundy jersey in my shop. And actually this was like an offcut, because again with the manufacturing process there was some slight dye marks through one of our rolls, and so there was a little bit of a wastage bit which we were selling as a remnant, and I just bought the remnant and made a Freyr out of it. So I'm not sure if I've got any of this left. If I have got any left, I'll link it below. But yeah, this jersey is super soft, it washes really well, it doesn't lose its stretch, which is a massive benefit for me, and yeah, I love it. So just a nice, really easy burgundy Freya top. Okay, so last Tilly pattern, I promise. Agnes Tee. So for ages I've been wanting some more long sleeve tops, and I realised that over the winter when it was all raining and cold over in the UK, I was wearing layers upon layers of clothing. So because I wanted to wear nice handmade things on top, I was layering loads of like long sleeve things underneath those garments with tights, and so I started running out of like long sleeve tops because they were always like going through the wash, and I realised that some of the long sleeve tops I've been wearing I've had for like, I think I worked out like 9 or 10 years, and they're looking very, very drab now. And yeah, they're just not washing as well. They like come out really stiff and like horrible even out of the tumble dryer. So I decided to make some more. So I actually did this combined with that Freya, that black Freya Nico hack combination in one post for the Blogger Network. So I managed to get 2 Agnes Tees out of, I think, maybe 1.5 meters of white cotton jersey. Annoyingly, I had some spaghetti bolognese the other day. I'm vegetarian, so it was veggie spaghetti bolognese. And I dripped a little bit of tomato sauce on my top. I always forget not to wear white things with tomato sauce. And I thought I got it out, and then it came through the wash afterwards. And there's a little faint little orange dot in the middle, which is really, really annoying. But it's fine. I made 2. I made this one and a plain one. But this one I used my Cry Cut maker and Happy Fabric flock vinyl to write Be Creative on it, because I just thought it was really fun. And I've been wearing this a lot. This jersey is from the same category as the black jersey, and it feels a lot softer. It feels a lot softer. It's not any thicker, I don't think, but it hasn't lost its stretch yet. So I honestly think that black jersey was just like a random batch that just didn't turn out as well. So yes, I've been wearing these a lot. So it's just a really simple, plain Agnes Tee by Tilly in the Buttons. I promise this is the last Tilly pattern in this video. So the next top pattern you might remember if you watched my Wander Label collaboration video. It's the Madeline Simplicity body. So it's got a little leotard bottom to it. I started wearing bodies like last year, just shop bought ones. I can't remember, we were going to a party and I wanted something, but I was wearing like these really nice palazzo pants and I wanted something that would stay tucked in. And so I bought a sleeveless one for the summer, and then I just fell in love with them because they're so easy to wear. The only downside is when you go to the toilet, it's like sort of faff to like undo loads of things, but they look good when you're just walking around, and they always stay tucked in and they always look really neat. So I made one. I had this, you might remember this jersey if you've been a follower for a few years. I made a Briar tee, a Megan Nielsen Briar tee out of this ribbed jersey, again from Minerva Crafts. I shouldn't really hang these up really because I'm stretching out the shoulders slightly. But I kept going on and on about the softness of this ribbed jersey. I will check it out. I will try and link my original post with the Briar tee to see if I can find if they've still got some, because this ribbed jersey is the softest thing you'll ever, and it's washed so many times and it's still just as soft. So I made the Madeline Simplicity, I can't remember the number, but I'll put it in the description, bodysuit. But I took away the placket and I just made a simple round neck, because I just wanted it super, super simple. And I used my Wonder labels to jazz it up a little bit. I'll cover my face so the camera will focus. And yeah, basically I got this out of a remnant, and so the sleeves, I couldn't get the sleeves long enough out of what I had left, so I used some offcuts and made some really long extended cuffs, and I'm so glad I did. They're so comfy to wear. But yes, really, really happy with this one. And if you like wearing bodies, I really recommend this pattern because the fit is pretty darn perfect. And I made the like more covered pants at the bottom, but they also have a thong version, so if you prefer like less coverage on the bottom half, then you don't have to have like the wide covered version. I prefer to be a little bit more covered. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to show you is so exciting. It just makes me so happy. Do you remember ages ago I knitted, yes, I knitted a coral jumper, a Rico pattern with super chunky wool from my shop, because I wanted to get back into knitting and I just wanted like a super baggy jumper, and I got so many lovely comments from you all on it. So I really wanted another jumper pattern, and again, you might have already seen this if you follow me on Instagram, but for Christmas my mum and dad got me a Lauren Aston Designs kit for a jumper that I've wanted for ages, and I knitted it. So it is the Pom Pom Jumper by Lauren Aston Designs with her yarn. It was like a full kit, and I made it in fuchsia pink with cinnamon pom-poms on the sleeves. It's merino wool, so it's so soft and warm, and it is, you can wear it either way. I wear it with the v-neck at the front, but you can wear it with the v-neck at the back, so you have like a more of a like a boat neck jumper. And of course you can put the pom-poms wherever you want, so I put mine just on the sleeves. So it is pink and orange, because you all know how much I love pink and orange. Yeah, I'm just so happy with how this turned out. I absolutely love it, and it's so fun to wear. The only thing is I do get covered in the fluff, so anything I wear underneath, and I was wearing, I can't remember what trousers I was wearing, but those trousers just got covered in little bits of pink fluff. So that's the only thing about like proper merino wool, is it's just like, because it's so soft and snuggly, it just rubs against everything. But I love it. So I actually have another jumper pattern and yarn ready to go, but I found this company, I'll link her below. We did a We Are Knitters knitting party at the unit a few weeks ago, and it was so fun. It was, I'm definitely going to do another one. But some of the ladies that came recommended a lady called Petite Knit. I'll link her blog below, or her shop below. And I think she's Scandinavian, but I can't remember what country. But she's absolutely beautiful, and she knits these amazing, amazing jumpers. And I just fell in love with them as soon as I saw them. And there's this sweater called the Sunday sweater, and I just thought, oh my god, that it would be a dream if I made that. So I downloaded it, bought it, downloaded it, and then, you know, when you like read through it and you're like, can I do this? I don't know. So I ordered the wool, which was so expensive, and some of it's like mohair, but it's like got a fine mohair and then you hold it with another thicker wool to then make it up. So it's like so much more technical. Then I had to buy circular needles and double-ended needles that I've never used before. So I'm a bit like scared about starting it and then messing it up. So I'm just gonna, if I get some downtime over the next few weeks, because I mean we're locked in anyway, so I should be able to start it. I might just give it a go. I'm gonna start, you start with a neckband and then you work your way down. It just sounds like very scary, but I know I can just FaceTime my mum probably. I'd be like, Mum, I need help. If not, I might leave it for another time and just practice some other simpler knitting first. But no, I'm gonna have a go because you can only learn from making mistakes. So I'm gonna give it a go. I can always undo it and then wind the wool back up again. But yes, this jumper, however, was super easy to knit up because chunky wool again, chunky wool, chunky needles, and yeah, I just absolutely love it. Okay, so that's it for my sew and tell this time round. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope I gave you some sort of inspiration to your future projects. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment below with anything you want to ask me, or if you have any patterns that you think that I should check out. I have got a few different things lined up to make, which I am hoping to do a few sew alongs with you. If you're interested. One item are some slacks that I'm making out of linen, and another one is a linen shirt. So I'm hopefully going to do both of those while we're in isolation, and then I'll film the whole process for you. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button because it will really help me out. And I will see you again soon for another video. Happy handmade, everyone.